Hi everyone, welcome back. We have some new makeup here and we're going to do try on, swatches, and comparisons. The first product is the Aboutface Curtain Call Set and Smooth Loose Powder in the shade Finale, which is described to be a pink brightener shade. I'm reading the claims right now. It's talc free. It has an ultra lightweight formula that glides onto skin for a mattifying soft focus finish with a performance wear of up to 10 hours. This is 10 grams for $21 US, and this is available in 7 skin tone and brightening shades. It's blurring, it's smoothing, and it does last a long time. It's just winter right now, so it's a bit too heavy for me. But it feels just like the powders I love to use during spring or fall, like the Makeup by Mario Loose Powder. It's just the wrong weather for them to release this new product, so I'll definitely test it out further in the summer. In comparison to the Huda Beauty powders though, Huda is more heavy duty. It's definitely more of a summer powder. I think Aboutface is gonna shine in spring and fall or transitional weather. And Aboutface is super pink compared to the Huda Beauty one, so if you're very fair or if you don't like mid-tone blushes type of powders, this is not for you. Now, comparing it with Chanel, I think Chanel is also a great transitional weather formula. Chanel is a bit more dry skin friendly. Aboutface is just a touch heavier than this formula. By the way, I'm comparing the pink loose powders that I have, and the Chanel shade is a bit peachier compared to the Aboutface. I didn't get a full size of this one because the pink shade is just a bit too much of a blush shade for me. I also forgot that I have the e.l.f. light pink powder, so I didn't get to do a swatch comparison on that one. But anyways, going back to one size, you can definitely see that this is a warmer pink compared to the Aboutface, which is a cooler pink. The Aboutface new powder reminds me so much of this Makeup by Mario powder in One Fair Pink. Not in the shade, but formula-wise, they're very close. I think Mario is maybe a bit more dry skin friendly than the Aboutface. The shade is very brightening. I just didn't expect for it to be more translucent than pink when I saw this in person. The next comparison will be the Givenchy Old Formula in the shade Voile Rose. If just like me, you're disappointed with the reformulation and you're looking for an alternative, this is not the same formula at all. This is very drying. This has no talc. In addition, Givenchy is more blurring and more brightening because of the color correcting tones. This is a try-on video of the new Aboutface powder, and if you think that this looks dry, it's because it is. I have very dry skin, so the powders that work for me during winter is more Pat McGrath, Kosas, Givenchy, the old formula. And I live in an area with sub-zero temperature during winter. I have very dry skin during warmer months, so I can definitely use this then. This is a wear test of 7 hours. I didn't go outside and didn't have to reapply. I'm definitely gonna have to retest this during warmer months, but I love where Aboutface is going. I think they're going beyond the realm of like a celebrity makeup brand. I've been loving all of the releases. The next product we have for today is the Westman Atelier SUNTONE Hydrating Matte Bronzing Drops in the shade SOLEIL PARFAIT 3. Hopefully I pronounced that right. It's described to be a dark tan shade. It is described to be a feather-light liquid bronzer that leaves skin with a wash of sun-kissed warmth and a hydrated, shimmer-free matte finish, which is so interesting because when I swatched it on the back of my hand, I found like micro shimmers that you can see, but it doesn't translate to the face at all. This retails for a whopping 79 Canadian dollars, but it is 30 ml though, which is the standard size of foundations. This is very lightweight and it has a staining property to the formula, and as I mentioned, it has micro shimmers when you swatch it, but it's definitely matte when you apply. You guys, this has a hefty price tag, so I made sure I can use a shade that's not going to turn warm on me, which is chocolate types of tones. The first comparison that we have is a Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Serum in the shade Light. This is definitely a dewier and sheer type of formula. I'm not going to recommend the Westman Atelier shade 3 for beginners if you have fair skin, just because you need some experience with blending out more pigmented products. If you're going for a softer sculpt and you don't like something that's too matte, Mario is definitely the better option. They're both at 30 ml, but Mario is significantly cheaper. The next comparison is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Swept. Now this is less than half the price of the Westman Atelier bronzer drops, but this is only 10 ml. Glossier has a lightweight gel formula and it has a staining property but not as heavy as the Westman Atelier. And they have more warm, true bronzer tones. The next product I want to compare is technically not a bronzing drop, but more of a highlighter. This is the Stay Glowy Super Gel in the shade Sunglow, which is their deeper shade, and I use it more as a bronzer for my skin tone. It's not that comparable, to be honest. Stay is very glowy and the shade is quite warm. Westman is more of a flat matte and cooler in tone. This is also a bronzing highlighter for me. This is the Live Tinted You Glow Liquid Drops in the shade Dusk. And I love this formula. It's so serum-like, but it just gives you such a soft glow to your skin. The formulas are different. This is very dewy and it barely sets. And the shade is quite warm as well. I'm not in love with the functional aspect of the design because I have a habit of gently squeezing the bottle or the tube whenever I'm twisting things open, and for some reason it leaks a lot of product compared to my other makeup packaging. The packaging, of course, in true Westman Atelier fashion is very luxurious and beautiful. I'll let you decide if this is worth it. I do love the formula. This is the wear test of 7 hours and there's still some staining that you can see. My lighting is quite bright, but the wear time is phenomenal. The last product that I'm reviewing is the Laneige Glaze Craze Tinted Polypeptide Lip Serum in the shade Sugar Glaze, which is described to be a nude beige color. This is 12 grams for $30, I'd say pretty average, and it is a nourishing tinted Korean lip serum with donut-inspired shades and flavors for visibly plump lips with a buildable high shine finish. There are already so many good lip treatments in the market, so I wasn't expecting anything that will wow me, but it did wow me. This is a very good formula. It's so thin. It's almost like an oil with the slip that it has. The shine is insane, you guys. I have ranked this above my Summer Fridays. This is in the shade Vanilla Beige, and this is lightweight. It is quite shiny, but it's just not as nourishing as my Ole Henriksen. Laneige is almost as nourishing. It's very lightweight, and it's even shinier than the Summer Fridays. This shade is a bit rosier and lighter. And the next one is, of course, my favorite lip treatment ever, the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve in the shade Creme Brulee. I love thicker and sheerer formula, so Ole Henriksen is still my number one. Laneige is more lightweight. It has slip, but it's not sticky, and it's just more pigmented. Then we have the Tower 28. This is a bit hard for me to say because I love the brand, but this was just an underwhelming release from them. It's not as shiny and not as hydrating. It feels like a formula that we had probably 5 to 10 years ago, so there's just a lot of better options in the market. This is just another shade from Summer Fridays, which is in Iced Coffee. I have more brown tones and deeper neutrals, but I just decided on beige lip serums for today's comparison. As you can see, Iced Coffee is definitely more neutral and cooler in tone compared to the first two shades. Next up are lip oils. This is e.l.f. in Honey Talks. I love this one. I think it's between Dior and Clarins lip oils in terms of thickness. It's not as nourishing as the Laneige one, but I think the shine is comparable because this is more close to a gloss. Then we have the Merit in the shade Taupe. I love the formula. I love the aesthetic of the packaging, but the wand is super small. I can barely get any product. Definitely think this is less hydrating than the Laneige new lip serum, and it's more pigmented as well. It's more of a true lip oil formula and consistency. By the way, I love this applicator. This donut applicator is so good. It's like a lip massage. I thought with my experience from Tower 28 that rounded applicators are just not gonna give you a precise application, but this did prove me wrong. It's very easy to use, and I don't know why I did a wear test on this one because if you eat, it's gonna be gone in 2 seconds. And that was everything. Let me know what your thoughts are on this new releases, and please consider giving a thumbs up if you enjoy the video or subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!